Have you attended interviews upon interviews without success? Just stay with us. Without wasting time, let's go for a commercial break, and when we come back, our guest, Mr. Daniel Addo, will take over.
We thank God for yet another exciting opportunity to come your way with the School of Employment. Here at the school, we have always maintained that unemployment is a choice, because with the right skills, with the right knowledge, with the right strategies, coupled with enthusiasm, passion, self-confidence, and a little bit of hard work, you should be able to land your dream job. And so if for about a year, 2, 3 years of having completed your national service, you are still struggling for a job, what it means literally is that there is something you are not doing right. So today, what are we looking at? We're looking at job interview. Job interview. I know you have attended countless number of interviews. I know you have not been able to put up a very strong defense when it comes to your own capabilities, abilities, and competencies. My duty is to help you first of all identify them, put them in perspective so you can be able to prove that you are the best person for the job. When it comes to job interview, there are a number of things you must do. There are a number of things you must understand. So today we're looking at job interview. And at job interview, there are 2 important areas that will engage our attention. First of all, we'll be looking at how to prepare for a major job interview, and then we'll look at how to answer tough job interview questions. How to answer tough job interview question. How to answer tough job interview questions. And so we'll be starting with how to prepare for a major job interview. Are you getting ready for the next job interview? Have you failed countless number of interviews? How do you plan? There are 3 main reasons why a lot of your friends fail job interview. 3 main reasons. 1, lack of effective preparation. They don't even know that we plan and prepare for an interview. Ladies and gentlemen, interview is not a child's play. You must learn how to plan. You must learn how to prepare. The second reason why most fail in job interview is because of the negative mindset, negative mentality. We normally refer to them as a defeatist mentality. So they go into an interview room thinking that the job has already been given to someone else. It's about whom you know. Yes, it works. There's a theory out there that is all about whom you know. Yes, it is true. But let me also stress that there are a number of organizations out there who do not deal with whom you know. They're looking for people who have the right skills, the right competencies. So all you're supposed to do is to find out, how do I plan, how do I prepare so I can demonstrate that I'm the right person. The third point is that job interview is a professional exercise. So you must learn how to prepare and plan professionally. So these are the 3 reasons why people fail in an interview. So we'll be looking at how to plan, how to prepare for a next job interview. Ladies and gentlemen, the effectiveness of your preparation, the effectiveness of your planning would be influenced to a very large extent by your understanding of the various sessions of the interview. So ladies and gentlemen, every job interview has 3 major sessions. First of all, we call it pre-interview planning. Pre-interview planning session. And then we have the interactive session, and then the post interview session. So what does it mean when we talk about the pre-interview planning session? I did indicate that every job interview has 3 sessions: the pre-interview planning, the interactive section, and then the post-interview session. The pre-interview planning session is the period where you received the call for that all-important interview. So you were in the house, and then a call comes through. Am I speaking to Doreen? The position you applied for has been considered. You are therefore invited to attend an interview on Monday, time 9 a.m. Please don't forget to come along with the originals of all your certificates and any other documents that will help us draw that informed conclusion as to your suitability. I wish you the very best, and then good luck. The call ends. So the very moment that call came, up to the time you go to the premises for the interview, is what we call the pre-interview planning session. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of things you are supposed to do during the pre-interview planning session, because the pre-interview planning session is the first stage. So there are a lot of people out there who say that the interview starts when you get to the premises for the interview. Others even think that the actual interview starts when you are ushered into the interview room and offered a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, professionally, the interview starts with that single call, with that single invite. So the moment the invitation comes through, that is where the preparation must start. And that period is what we call the pre-interview planning session. Whatever you do will influence the interactive session. So when we say the interactive session, what exactly? It means where you interact with the employer. So it starts when you were ushered into the interview room, offered a seat, and then the employer begins to ask you questions. Ladies and gentlemen, every single question asked in an interview room is designed for a specific objective. One of the things you must do is to have deep understanding of what these objectives are. Know what the questions are and know what the objectives are. And that is why I'm here. I am here to support you. I am here to help you have that understanding, so you can now invest quality time on how to prepare and plan. So with the interactive session, we're talking about when you have entered into the interview room, the questions that come, and how to handle them. And then the post-interview session, we talk about when the interview had come to an end. So when the interview comes to an end, what do you do? Sometimes you can send an email to express your appreciation to the employer. It will also add up. But please, if you have not invested quality time in planning, in preparing for an interview, you're going to demonstrate your inefficiencies and deficiencies during the interactive section. The pre-interview planning section has direct influence on the interactive session. If you invest quality time, you plan very well, you develop all the necessary strategies I'll be talking about, it will make the interactive session much easier for you. It's going to neutralize, nullify, eradicate, erode the kind of nervousness, tension, anxiety, jittery that normally characterize job interview. So the moment you are able to plan very well, the moment you're able to develop the right strategies, what it does is that it builds out the confidence in you. And confidence is like sun. It emits rays. It radiates. It explodes. And every employer will be able to see. So if you have not planned, if you have not prepared, the opposite is obvious. Nervousness and tension. But when you plan well, you prepare well, you demonstrate the confidence that is required. So that is the interactive session. And then the post-interview is when, ladies and gentlemen, what have we been looking at today? Today, we have been looking at job interview. We touched on 3 things, 3 major reasons why most people fail in job interviews. And so we decided to touch on how to start the preparation. We did indicate that every interview has 3 major sessions. You have the pre-interview planning session, we have the interactive session, we have the post-interview session. And so whatever you do during the pre-interview planning session has direct bearing on the interactive session. So if you want to put up excellent, if you want to put up superior performance, if you want to put up splendid performance during the interactive session, then you must be very conscious about the pre-interview planning session. That is where you're supposed to sit down and do all the necessary things you're supposed to do. That is where you're supposed to do the homework. Because when you get into the interview room, which is the interactive section, you will only be responding to questions. I have indicated that an interview room is not a time to think, it's a time to present, it's a time to bring out what you have already prepared, what you already have in you. If you don't have the money at the bank, you can never go to the bank to collect money. So if you don't have the information embedded in you, it will be very difficult to bring it out. So the pre-interview planning session offers you the opportunity to start preparing, start planning. So when you get into the interactive session, which is the actual interview, you'll be able to answer questions professionally. You'll be able to demonstrate that you have really planned. You'll be able to demonstrate that you have really prepared. And everybody will see that this candidate is the best. Why? Because of that effective preparation. And then when it comes to the post-interview planning, post-interview session, you don't have to worry yourself if you had done all the work during the pre-interview planning session. And so if you do not plan well during the pre-interview planning session, you're going to make mockery of yourself during the interactive session, and then the post-interview session will never help you. You invested quality time in planning, you developed all the strategies, you'll be able to put up superior performance during the interactive session, and then the post-interview session becomes a mere formality. Ladies and gentlemen, my aim is to get you empowered. My aim is to share with you. My aim is to equip you. Join us same time next week as we look at the pre-interview planning session and the specific strategies you must develop during that session. And I'm sure you'll be equipped. It will get you prepared for the next job interview. Thank you very much, and God richly bless you.